My op. I decide who's late and who's not.
Johnny Silverhand is a liar. Alright, before you dislike this video, hear me out. Yo chooms, Sandy here with another video. So during the game, there is an important cutscene, one with Alt Cunningham, where she says to V, the memories you saw was Johnny's subjective view of what happened. A warped account of events he locked away in his subconscious and replayed time and time again. It bears no resemblance to the truth. This means that Johnny's visions were delusions essentially, and that he tortured himself with these events consistently whilst in Mikoshi. The first flashback shown in the game is of the nuking of Arasaka Tower, also known as the Love Like Fire mission. Johnny's perspective of the events made us believe that he led the primary assault on the tower, set the nuke, hurled the nuke down the elevator shaft, and fought Adam Smasher as rivals. The book reveals to us that almost none of this is true. Yes, Johnny was present for the assault on Arasaka Tower, but Johnny wasn't the leader of the operation. The true op leader was Morgan Blackhand, a solo who was employed by Militech to carry out their mastermind plan. Johnny completely omits this from the version of his story, however. Furthermore, there were 3 teams involved in the assault. 2 assault teams were armed with nukes meant to destroy the heavily fortified tower, whilst also being contained by the tower's impenetrable defense to prevent the fallout from causing havoc to the rest of the city. There were 3 allocated teams for the assault on Arasaka Tower: Assault Team Omega, Assault Team Alpha, and Assault Team Beta. Johnny was placed in the 3rd team, Strike Team Alpha, who was one of the 2 distraction teams. Alongside Johnny were Rogue, Spider Murphy, Thompson, and Shaitan. All were tasked with distracting Arasaka security so that the other 2 teams could infiltrate easier to carry out the primary objective. Upon Adam Smasher's arrival, he couldn't care less about Johnny,
Who the fuck are you?
as his actual rival is Morgan Blackhand. This is another thing Johnny takes credit for. Adam then takes out Johnny in a single shot, and the rest of the team retreats. Adam and Morgan have their fight on the rooftop of Arasaka Tower whilst the nukes go off. Johnny never made it to the rooftop. This is apparent when there is a jump cut in the game when Adam Smasher appears and Johnny is somehow at the top of the roof. Another flashback we see is the kidnapping of Alt Cunningham and attempted rescue. Unlike the previous flashback, this one is mostly precise until the very end. You see, Alt was actually very skilled and had already neutralized her captors by the time Johnny attempts to rescue her. Between the explosion Johnny caused and him unplugging Alt from her jack, she couldn't return to her body, meaning Johnny killed Alt, not Arasaka. Another major inaccuracy is the cutscene where Johnny beats the crap out of Thompson. The reality, however, is this never actually happened. Even though in-game Johnny beats up Thompson, whether you choose to do so or not, he doesn't actually do this canonically. One theory, however, is that Johnny is lying to both himself and V, not wanting to admit what he actually did after accidentally killing Alt Cunningham, which was nothing. Johnny was simply in despair and shock. Another event that was a flat out lie or delusion was Johnny telling V that he stopped working with Thompson after the so-called beatdown.
Thompson, what happened to him?
Dunno, never worked together again.
This is entirely false, as during the Love Like Fire mission, you can hear Thompson's voice on comms.
Skull cracking out there. That us?
Johnny's idea.
Collateral damage part of the plan too?
This mission chronologically takes place after Alt's death. Ergo, Johnny and Thompson did in fact work together after Alt's death, and the beatdown didn't actually happen. In addition, there is another inaccuracy in the Alt flashbacks. Johnny kept frantically rambling that Alt's kidnapping was an Arasaka ruse to affect him personally.
Arasaka, wasn't it?
It's always Arasaka with you.
'Cause it always is Arasaka.
This too didn't happen. Johnny never knew Arasaka was involved until Thompson made this information apparent. Also, Johnny's hatred and vengeance towards corporations are more general, and his paranoia surrounding Arasaka was never a thing until the Alt incident. This is true as it shows linkage to why Johnny wanted to take part in the Militech operation. Based on this information provided, we can come to 3 possible conclusions. Johnny is a narcissist who paints himself as a hero against corporations. Johnny is simply delusional and spent too much time in Mikoshi that he's lost his mind. And finally, Arasaka fabricated these memories in his head to make Mikoshi his own personal hell. What are your thoughts? Thanks for watching, chooms, and remember, you're all breathtaking.
Huh. You just discovered what it takes to become a legend.